Alright, so let's start with what seems to be happening. The Iraqi Dinar and the Vietnamese Dong have seen a major increase in value. We're talking about a dramatic overnight jump in exchange rates, which is quite unusual and has a lot of people wondering what's going on. Now, before we get further into it, let me ask you a question. Have you heard about this news? What are your thoughts on it? Drop your answers in the comments below. So, the details are still emerging, but here's what we know so far. People started noticing these changes pretty much right before midnight. Screenshots started circulating, showing rates that were much higher than usual, sparking curiosity and skepticism at first. Then as more and more accounts reported the same thing, it quickly gained traction. By 2 a.m., the excitement was reaching a fever pitch, as screens were lighting up, phones were buzzing, and groups were coming alive with discussions. The buzz continued to grow, eventually leading to the hashtag Dinar and Dong explode overnight, trending across social media platforms. As the sun rose and markets opened, the chatter intensified. Investors and analysts were scratching their heads. Banks were looking into the figures, and the anticipation for official explanations was thick in the air. Now it's midday, and the conversation continues to spread. As people are wondering whether this is a fluke or a significant change, many people are sharing this incredible journey, tagging friends, posting screenshots, and reliving the shock of seeing those new numbers firsthand. The energy is palpable, and you can almost feel the collective gasp and disbelief from across the globe. To understand the magnitude of this, let's break down the background. Both Iraq and Vietnam have been working on currency adjustments for a while. It's not a new story, but it's usually been overshadowed by larger global events, or seen as too technical to really matter. Well, these currencies were considered undervalued by many experts for quite a while. And the reasons are complex, involving political situations, economic policies, and even international tensions. To simplify it, think of it like this. Let's say your friend always lets you borrow $5, but your friend just got a raise and now offers to lend you $50. Your perception of what $5 means in terms of your friendship just changed, right? That's kind of what's happening with these currencies. Their value in relation to other countries' currencies is shifting. For example, imagine that right now it takes $30 to buy 1 dinar. If the dinar gets revalued and it now takes $3 to buy 1 dinar, that's a huge difference and can significantly affect trade and daily life. Vietnam is facing a similar situation with their dong. So this isn't really new news. These countries have been hinting at these changes for a while. But it's the speed and scale of what's happening that's shocking. Some are saying this is the result of years of work finally paying off, while others are pointing fingers at the current global situation. It's a classic David versus Goliath story. For years, these currencies were pushed around by more powerful ones. Think of it like the big kids on the playground, flexing their currency muscles and leaving the dinar and dong in the dust. But now things are changing. Just like the underdog team that pulls off an upset victory, these currencies are stepping up and demanding respect on their own turf. So what does this mean for everyday people? Let's say you live in Iraq and your country's currency just got a major boost. You're essentially getting a pay raise without even changing jobs. Your money now buys more, so your life instantly becomes easier. Simple things like groceries or bus rides don't cost as much. And bigger dreams like traveling abroad or buying a new car suddenly become more attainable. It's like unlocking a secret cheat code in a video game. You're still playing the same game, but now you have a superpower that can change everything. It's important to note that this shift isn't just good news, but it can present challenges too. Suddenly, having more money might sound great at first, but it can mess with the economy if things aren't balanced properly. Imagine going to the grocery store and paying just $1 for a bag of groceries, because your currency just got way stronger. That might sound cool initially, but it hurts the store owner and other businesses. It makes trading with other countries more expensive and can lead to inflation. That's why governments carefully manage these changes. They want to help their people, but they also need to balance the ups and downs to make sure the whole country benefits. It's a tightrope walk, but hopefully they can pull it off. Now, if you're not from Iraq or Vietnam, this might sound distant. However, think about how much you pay for imported goods, electronics, or clothes made overseas. These changes can affect you directly too. Cheaper products mean more money in your wallet. And who wouldn't love that? So essentially, it's a win-win for both individuals and nations. It gives everyone a fresh start and a chance to write a new chapter in their financial stories. If you're thinking this is unbelievable and too good to be true, well, you're not alone. People are divided. Some say this is a monumental step forward that will benefit millions. Others call it a risky move that could have unintended consequences. It's a mix of emotions, but at the end of the day, it's a gamble that could pay off big time. But let's take a step back and look at this from a different angle. You've put your trust in your country's currency and watched it grow, hoping for a bright future. But what if I told you that a political twist or a global event could turn that upside down in an instant? That's exactly what happened recently with Venezuela. In a shocking move, President Maduro announced a revaluation of the Venezuelan currency, dropping 5 zeros. While this might sound like a solution to ease their hyperinflation crisis, it's a risky move that left many ordinary people in a tough spot. You see, by removing 5 zeros from the currency, the government made it look like their economy was booming. A loaf of bread that used to cost $1,500,000 now costs just $1 on paper. But here's the catch. The government didn't back this up with real solutions to fix the root causes of inflation. And that move ended up hurting ordinary people. After that switch, the new banknotes weren't readily available, savings that seemed safe in people's homes lost value overnight, and trust in the government plummeted. What makes this situation even trickier is that it came right before an election. So it looked like a clever political move to make Maduro seem like the hero fixing the economy. But it didn't work. People saw through the facade and voted him out of office. And that brings us back to Iraq and Vietnam. Could something similar happen to them? Well, it's possible. Revaluing their currencies might look good on paper and help them stand out on the global stage. But it won't fix the underlying issues if done without careful planning. The lack of official confirmation fuels the anxiety. It's like waiting for a test result that will change your life. You can't move forward or make plans until you have the answer. And that's what everyone in the currency community is feeling right now. The next few hours,